Building my first PC went extremely smooth sailing until it started to burn down. And thanks to your expert opinions down in the comments below in the last video, I know what to change, what to improve, what to overclock, and everything to change. So first, we gotta start with something that is a bit essential for my GPU that I totally missed in the first video of building my PC. But first, from today's sponsor. Hey you! Yes you! Did you forget to budget in a Windows 11 key for your first PC build? Yeah, me too. Think no further. And if you're like me, how do you even spread this? And can't spend 145 euros or $165 on a Windows key? Check out Keysfan. They sell genuine software activation keys at a really affordable price with instant online activation, and they've got 24/7 customer service support if you ever run into any issues whatsoever. And if you're interested, like the over 100,000 people that also are, first click the link in the description, pick whichever version of Windows or Office you need. Use code Akiaveli to get 52% off the Windows series and Akiaveli62 to get 62% off the MS Office and bundle. Not only that, they're running a beautiful sale right now for the Office 2021 Pro, where it can be purchased for only $36. Now add your chosen product to the cart, apply code Akiaveli52 or Akiaveli62 depending on your product, choose your payment method, and boom, see your price slashed and get your PC up and running in just a few minutes. Now, after a lot of you guys said in the comments down below in the last video that my GPU is not getting optimal voltage from only using one PCI cable, I used the daisy chain. I didn't know that would made a difference, so the first thing I want to do is change that. So we have to pop off the front glass.
Careful. Seeing if it needs to be. Still looks pretty perfect, so I don't think we'll need any of that.
Thought maybe that we might need to de-dust it, make sure everything's clean, but it was perfectly non-dusty, so guess we didn't have to do that this time. Just this time.
We're also gonna have to take out the fans down here.
Now, the reason I wanted to take out the fans as well, if you could see the right side of the PC, it's not fully up to the side. So there was a little gap when I was looking at it from the right side, and I wanted to fix that. So the game plan was to slide it all the way to the right, so then when I'm sitting there looking at my PC, there's no gap. Now, I'm not too much of a heckler for making everything perfect. Sometimes I see the beauty in imperfect things. Did that sound inspirational? The main purpose of this part was to make sure we had two power cables go into the GPU, so then we could get power, especially when I want to play some heavy games or just doing more GPU intensive stuff. I don't want to limit it to me being stupid and using the daisy chain. So now once we have that off, the fans have a little bit of a gimmicky kind of slide thing, so that was really something I had to taken off. So I didn't really optimize it for viewing on camera. I kind of just did it to where I could see it best and clip it off. And then we up and move the PC to a better location so we can access the back, because up next you're gonna see we had a bit of a heat issue. Now, I didn't capture exactly because my first instinct when I was encountering smelling of burn and also my lights of my PC not working was to grab the cameras I recording. Now, the wire that you see now was connected into here where this was going into, and you could see where the cable was. It melted and warped, and then one of the little metal connectors just sizzled its way away. So earlier, the same day that you're watching the recording of me breaking down my PC, I figured out my lights weren't working, but I didn't think much of it. I said, okay, maybe something unplugged or something like that. But when I started to take down the computer and move it from my desk table to another table, I noticed that it was smelling of smoke. So I'm assuming something flamed, maybe something in the system went wrong. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. All I know is that this fan control thing that I got, I don't know, maybe I did set it up wrong. Don't think I did. I read the instructions, did everything correct, everything was working, and it started to burn. So I guess I couldn't recommend you to use this instrument. It's just a bit bad. Let me know what like hypothesis you guys have, because I don't know what I did wrong. Yeah, thank God nothing was damaged, but damn, that was kind of scary. Now back to putting the PCI cable back into my GPU. So we had to go to the back of it, obviously, so we could access the power supply cable and put the extra PCI cable into it. I had a bit of struggle, like, you know, getting my head in and recording it and seeing how I was going to do it and passing the cable down the bottom to the front, because I already had all the wiring done. Yeah, this time I'm going to show you guys the back. I know some of you wanted to see it last time. Not the greatest job, but look, it's mine. It's not like I'm selling it. It's not the worst I've seen. It's far from the best. I was going to try to do something crazy, but it just didn't work. And I know The last video was filmed in 720p. I don't know what happened, okay? I exported it, realized that afterwards, and there was nothing I could do. It was already posted. So this time, I'm aiming for that 1080p bare minimum with this PC. I know it's crazy. But now, with the PCI, I was trying to fit it into the same method I did last time. I had a bit of struggle because it was nearly quadruple the amount of wires going up one cable sleeve and also into the RGB streamer or whatever, however you say it. Now, the real issue was trying to get the cables into the GPU. I don't know why, but it was a lot harder. Maybe because it was thicker, it was less flexible, the cable. It was a little bit harder, but it wasn't anything difficult. I just had to get my head in the camera, make sure it was just all you could see, my beautiful, beautiful scalp. Now that I finished up with the fans and installed the GPU back in, put the power cables with its own dedicated PCI cable, I went to start overclocking, underclocking to use less power and then making the performance kind of the same. That's not really overclocking, more underclocking. But see, I followed a YouTube video on doing this stuff, you know, getting all this stuff right. I have no idea what I'm doing. So if you guys have any idea on the best settings, what to do here, I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. I've never been so lost in my life. So please let me know like a good setup that uses less power, because I'm trying to be energy efficient, because you know electricity is crazy right now price wise, and also because the main issue was when I followed the YouTube tutorial on the best way to do. I did try to look on Reddit too, but again, I don't know what I'm doing, so I feel really lost and I'm kind of scared of this stuff in case I permanently break something. Is that when I did follow the YouTube tutorial, that when I took off just using the PC normally and just start playing games, I had an issue where my PC just crashed, turned off, powered back on, and then I got a little pop-up from AMD saying that it restored due to errors or something like that. And I don't know how to troubleshoot it and figure out which one it was exactly that I messed up. So I did just, you know, went back to the default, and I don't know what to do. So if you guys have a good setup and could walk me through like a baby, because I'm cooked, that would really be handy, just helping me out a lot. And then we have to do the CPU next, and for that we don't really need to reset anything. I had the main things that you guys told me to do: stop the daisy chain for the PCI. So now we can go to the CPU. Now we can go to the CPU, fix that, and because that one was a lot easier and actually worked. Now that it's time for the CPU, there's two things that we want to change to drop the temperature also and keep the efficiency of my Ryzen 9 7950X. So we would first want to go for the CPU voltage and get that to a 1.2 V. Then the second thing we want to change is the target frequency and get this to 4800 megahertz. Make it sound cool. Now I'm following this YouTube tutorial, so if this is about outdated, please again let me know. I ain't too big into all this stuff. I just want to drop the temperatures because this thing is a beast. It produces way too much heat and it does increase the temperature in my room a lot. So I do want to fix that and, you know, keep it performance if we can do that. So let me know if this is outdated or if this is fine. But I've seen that this worked actually perfectly and it's keeping temperatures around 60 to 80 depending on, you know, whatever I'm doing. Now, some of the things I want to finish up on and say, because this is kind of a like check-in after a couple of weeks of using my PC, not full breakdown. There's a couple of things that you guys did tell me see that I got from reading the comments, is that my PSU also might not be the best for it because I'm using a Thermaltake 850 watts gold, and there's a couple of spreadsheets that nobody linked to me, but I kind of researched after you told me to have a look at them, and it wasn't even listed there, so I don't know if that is safe. Should I upgrade that? I was thinking of the Lee. So let me know if that's a must, or can I get away with the Thermaltake for a little bit longer, because I do need to upgrade that, because I know the power supply could cook everything if it's bad, but I've never had any issues with it too. It wasn't that cheap either, so it's kind of like a UGL too, if that makes sense. And I also been having no issues with anything other than my GPU. I did have a bit of artifacting going on, but once I installed some drivers on it, it didn't really fix it. It fixed it a little bit, and I got onto Radeon and Amazon where I bought it from, and they ended up helping me with a return, so that was good. Got the same one back. Little worse deal, so the price did increase like 10 euro, so not much, but basically the same price. And I do want to talk about the kind of, you know, the thing sizzling about the fan control and also the wires that go. I don't know if that was my issue, the PSU, or what happened. Like, I'd love to hear some hypothesis on how this happened, because I actually don't know what happened. So basically what had happened was I turned off my PC because I was fixing the aspect ratio and I need to reset my PC to get it all working. I tried to power it back on and the fans weren't rotating, because I had all the fans on the PC set to the fan control, so I could control them all at once and put like whatever effects I want with them, and it wasn't working. So obviously I was like, okay, let me go check the fan control, and the power was the one that sizzled. and also the wiring that connected it to the satellite cable that went into my PSU. That was fine. It was just the one that went into the fan control. So maybe it was a PSU problem, maybe not, I'm not too sure. But other than that, the PC ran as normal. When you're setting up the PC, some of the displays don't have their set thing. That's the only bad thing. Also, if you know a way to like reset the Jungle Leopard display, or even the 8.8-inch display to instantly display what I put onto it when it starts up, that would be ideal. But that's kind of all for today. I'll check up a couple weeks later, and then we can start bench testing, all that stuff. If you have a good bench testing thing, so I can show you how my PC is performing now and all the stuff I'm getting out of it. Because so far, it's been absolutely amazing to use. And should I get PSU extension cables that are white? Because some of you said that it's universal on all PSUs, so is it? And I'll see y'all boys in the next update video.